Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. What we're going to talk about today is the average American net worth, which is presumed to be $697,000. That number is false and it is skewed by the ultra wealthy. Because when adjusted for that, it comes down to $97,000. And then when you get to demographics and income level, it even comes down lower. Because what did we hear? The average American cannot come up with $1,000 cash for an emergency. So if you had a net worth of $697,000, that means you got some assets. That means something that you could get some cash for. And typically that's just not the case. And I want to explain why this next recession is going to make it worse. As we were talking about the millennials yesterday, this is for everybody who's in an economically disadvantaged situation. If you are struggling right now, you have high debt, you have low cash flow, you have missed income opportunities, you're in a situation where you're wondering where, it's almost the end of the month and it's like, man, where am I going to get rent? If you're one of those people, it's about to get way worse because this is how it operates with the economy. The people who, let's take the rich people. And that would be someone with a net worth of $5 to $10 million, an income of several hundred thousand per year, or even a few million per year. They will make adjustments. Instead of going on 12 vacations, they'll go on 6. It's going to trickle down. So if you're rich, you're just making adjustments. You're not really making sacrifices. However, if you're poor, you get knocked off the economic ladder. And this is something that happened to someone I know. He was working for AT&T. He got laid off for almost 2 years. He got unemployment for a year. Then that next year was crazy. He has not economically recovered from this, and that happened 8 years ago. So what's happening is if you're older and you're kind of close to retirement age, you don't have any money put away, and you're working these little gaps of unemployment, layoffs, they're going to magnify really large because you don't have that much time to work. You will, because what I see is people who will be working until they die. My mom worked. She was forced in retirement by her health, or she would have worked until she died. The reason that she could not work is she had poor health and she got put into a home, and about 4 years after she got in the home, then she passed on. 4 or 5 years that she was in that home. And one of the things that seems to happen is that people are outliving their money. People are in the situation. But let me go ahead and just address this. If you are not working on economics, if you're not working on changing your financial tree, your financial DNA, this next recession is going to create stuff that will take decades to recover from. Because there's a section of America we don't talk about who still haven't recovered from the last recession. There are certain places where housing prices are just coming back, and we're 10 years down the road. So one of the things you got to understand is when you look at these numbers, like American net worth is 700K. And if you look at the condition of how people are living, you know that ain't true. It just can't be. And there's something else. I need to put this out here. I'm going to keep beating this drum. If you are a person of color, you need a business. I had this conversation with someone, and it was just like, this guy's only half right. You don't have to start a business. You can get a good paying job. And even before I read the response, it's like, look, you just want to chill. The time to chill has passed. Got to get busy. You cannot be chilling when economically you're falling apart. This person's in the military, and I was in the military. You know what? If you miss your promotion window, there's something that's called RIF, reduction in force. They'll get rid of you. So, and they'll get rid of you before you get your 18 years where you'll be locked in for retirement. So this is, people say that, there's business cycles, and everything in life has an opportunity cost. And if you want your business to be booming, to still be growing, you're going to have to bust. I am not of this opinion that, because there's some people who want to be free. They want to frolic. They want to skip. They want to have time to chill. They want to be at home with the wife. They want to see kids. If you're in an economically disadvantaged situation, you cannot afford that luxury. All right, so you home with your kids, you raise your kids, they know who their dad is, and you leave them no economic legacy. So they got to come out in the world and do everything that you had to do, plus more, and they got to struggle. If I had a choice, my kids would not see me when they were young, because I would be building that economic engine. So when they're adults, they can pick and choose what they want to do. So, for all of you folks who want to just hang out with the family, who want to roll around like Mexicans in the crew or Indians in the crew and be around your family, miss me with that. We are in an economic war, and you guys want to be cuddling up with folks. We're in an economic war. If you're poor, if you're economically disadvantaged, you have no time for chilling, no time for hanging with the fam. You need to get your butt in gear and get you some type of enterprise going, because you, my good friend, and we talked about this before, you're going to live a lot longer than you think. So while you sitting here just chilling, laying under Big Booty Betty, what are you going to do when you're 75 and your penis don't work no more? And Big Booty Betty is Aunt T. What y'all going to do? At no point in history are you not going to need money. When you become older, you're going to have healthcare costs. You're going to have situations where you're going to need more money. I know, Ben, the bartender, that's crazy. Thank you, Cool Little 313. Be real. I'm looking forward to the next recession. The plans to scoop up houses. It's coming, man. I know. Well, once again, this was broken down because we got mega rich people here. We got one family worth 100 million. So, the median came down to 97. And when you start really looking at the numbers, it's less than that. Like all these homeless people, these folks who are living that van life, they own that van. They have no assets. They have no house. See, the way the game played in America, the later that you buy a house is the later that you start building wealth. And that's a problem. Amanda P. Clinton, are you doing a kid version of your university? Never really thought about that. My 14-year-old actually sat with me and listened to your free audiobook with no interruption. It was amazing. Good stuff, Amanda P. Keep taking these lessons to your kid. That's awesome. 89 Dr. Funk, cats out there hustling backwards by chilling at the crib. I mean, this I knew where this person was going. See, in Lead the Field, there was this section where if you didn't really want to power up, you don't have to power up. You really don't. You can keep it in low gear. You can catch all the softball games. You can have hot dogs at the baseball games. You could be a full-time present parent. But see, the thing is, your kid's going to have these wonderful memories. They ain't going to have no money. And you know what? Trump's kids are pretty damn close to him. I wonder why. And he's crazy. So once again, what's about to happen is people who are economically disadvantaged, it's going to get worse for you. Because, you know, I'm 52 years old and I've really been looking at it. I have been fortunate to have businesses that afforded me a great lifestyle and the ability to put money away. But I'm still not where I should be because I didn't listen. I was willy lump on some stuff because I should have started again because I got in real estate years ago. Then I got out because I used to own a boarding house, which is a cash cow, but you get so many headaches with that. So many headaches. And I should have stayed in real estate and I should have about 10, 15 houses right now. But lesson learned because, you know, I'm still in a good position and I can still make that happen. Erica Williams, low gear living is only possible in America, but the book Average is Over is perfect. That low gear living, because see, we have these social programs. Here's some, like, if you get sick, by law, you go to the emergency room, whether you have any money or not, they have to treat you. In other countries, in Africa, you're going to lay out there on the stretcher in the African heat and burn up. They'll try to do what they can, but by law, no. This low gear living and this person I was having this conversation with, this is where they were. Because it's like, I don't want the stress of a business. I don't want the stress of a business, Glendale. I want to chill. I want to enjoy the barbecue. I want to be happy. I want to go to bed late, get up late, you know, go to the job and, you know, half work. I ain't trying to be stressed out. I'm not trying to start a business where I got to produce, where I have to be responsible. I want to keep it in this low gear. And at some point, that's going to catch up with you. It really is. Dang, Mark, you don't need the food stamps. You need to keep building your business because, I mean, people, there's some of you out here hustling. There's some of you out here building what you can. There's somebody out here getting these lines of credit and credit cards before they shut it off, and you investing and you making moves. I ain't worried about y'all because there's only a handful of y'all. And this is the thing. As many people who have watched the videos on this channel, because I've got like 16, almost 17 million views, a lot of people still are not taking action. They still in that low gear. They still trying to make the barbecue on Saturday. You don't even have rent for the month of September, but you concerned about the barbecue on Saturday. These mindsets, these little mental games you're playing with yourself, you trying to party, but you struggling. That don't compute, man. And this is where so many people are. They're trying to be comfortable when they're in the middle of an economic struggle. If you want to understand where someone is in life, look at the last 10 years. Pretty much. Now, Dr. Funk, stress of a business or stress of being poor in the streets? I was homeless. I could tell you, I lost teeth. The stress of being homeless, miss me with that. I'll take the stress of being a business owner. I'll take the stress of having websites just go down. I'll take the stress of Facebook groups disappearing. I'll take that stress all day long. The stress of being economically disadvantaged, the stress of being homeless, the stress of wondering where you gonna sleep that night, player. Being poor is one of the most expensive things you can do in these United States of America. And we got a lot of people who are one check or one calamity, one car wreck, one job layoff from being kicked off the reservation. I go to so many events of folks sitting on 20 to 40K in cash and savings, but don't know what to do with it. I was like, no, get that money working or they'll be gone next year. And that's another thing too. Typically, with your circle, like, I don't date poor chicks because in my position, if we start dating, things start going well, I say those three little magic words, I love you. What I'm saying is what I have is yours. And that's the expectation. And I can see money in the bank liquidated on someone else's bad living and bad decisions. And this is, it's really interesting because the more that you have, the more that you got going on, the harder it is for you to pair up with somebody. Gets really challenging because one of the things you guys got to do, you got to increase your net worth. Because the average American who makes $50,000 has no net worth. Everyone doesn't contribute to their 401k. Most of these folks have many of the folks with student loans have a negative net worth. They're negative because they owe so much money. We got a whole bunch of folks in that situation. So one of the things that you need to do, and don't be like this pharmacist in the military, because see, I hate it when people come to the channel and I'm telling you this from experience. I'm telling you because this month I got really aggressive. I've cut out some stuff. I've saved over $30,000 this month. And I keep that up. I'll be able to pay cash for a house December for the kind of house I want. Because I can get some hood properties right now. Or I can go to some wholesalers and pick up some $50,000 properties and stuff like that. But that's not what I want. So my eye is on the prize because at the end of this year, I'm going to come out with a real estate asset that's paid for, that's going to spit off some cash. And then next year, I'm going to get some more. Because, I've looked at the real estate game and I've looked at how people do it. And there's so many ways to make money with real estate. There's so many ways. Because you could buy a house and then you could sell it to someone else, like a lease option, where they're buying the house and you don't have any landlord duties. So there's all kinds of things. When I worked at Lowe's, the company had a 6% match and had to force everyone at 1% mandatory 401k deposit. Folks, it's been there 20 years still with 1% mandatory deposit. People don't like saving money, Erica. They don't like investing. '89 Dr. Folk, being poor is no joke. My uncle friend said hell is being poor in the streets at night and not sleeping because you're protecting your belongings from thieves. One thing about folks on the street, they get preyed upon. People living in these tent cities and stuff, and all these folks who live in these tent cities, all these folks with massive student loans, all of these folks who have low income jobs, all of these folks who have multiple part-time jobs, they have no net worth or they have a negative net worth. We're talking about millions and millions of people in that situation. And when this recession comes, it's going to make things worse. So you need to start working on your net worth. Rod for real estate. Hey, G, real estate is a major part of getting wealth. I'm working on getting busy. CR2 lives. The average is being skewed upwards. That's just how massive the earning gap is. And this is another reason that you got to start a business, because once again, you start a small business, you make $250K a year, you slaying it. Once again, $250K a year. You're not a millionaire, but at $250K a year of business income, you should be able to take 6 figures and put it over here in some investments at $250K and still live well. Not even a million. Not even, because everybody's like, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a billionaire. No, you're not. You would be lucky to get to 250, 300, 400, 500,000. You'd be lucky. I'm 1 year in my company and have more in my 401k than people who've been here 15 years. I'm not passing up free money. A lot of people have bad money management habits. They don't like to live on less than what they make. What they like to do is live above their means with an extension of credit. So you got a bunch of people who are in this situation where they're not going to weather this storm very well. They're not going to make it. And what's going to happen is, for those of you who are laying out assets, slaying dragons, getting your business together, getting your money up, go out and become part of that pew pew life. Get you a gun and go to the range and practice with your gun, because what the crime wave that's going to happen during this next recession should be epic. B&E, breaking and entry. You're going to see, because I'm look at like my house. It isn't secure, because I got a door right there and I got the front door right there, and the door right there is nothing but glass. So I'm probably going to replace that door with a solid wood door and get me a shotgun. Also, home security. You need you a 12 gauge. You need your shotgun, because a shotgun, they can hit somebody and they don't go through walls and kill innocent people. But get you a shotgun, get you a gun, get you a concealed carry permit, because for those of you who are out here killing it, you're going to become targets. You're going to have people checking for you. You're going to have people counting your paper. You're going to have people counting your money, because they're going to want some of your money. They didn't make the decisions that you made. They didn't do the things that you did. They didn't make the sacrifices that you did, but they're going to want your money. Kulo, you need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to market. You need to learn how to create products. Those are the skill sets. Austin Long, a supervisor where I work, is living in his truck while making $80K a year. He just cheap, or he got some crazy child support. Just sadly no pew pew in New York City. Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Move. If they don't let you do what you need to do, move, because New York City, the crooks will have guns. The criminals will have guns in New York City. Trust and believe. Google, California break-ins in the Bay, San Francisco area, all-time high. Because also you have a lot of homeless people in that area. Do the math. You homeless, you see this little 25-year-old Google engineer making $200K, drinking his latte walking this little dog, got more money than he got sense. I got this brick, bam, in the car window. See what we can get. J. Andre, all right. Some of you got to start accelerating what you're working on. You got to accelerate it. You got to get really busy with it. You can have pew pew at your house in New York City. Pew pew. Because I'm serious. I give you my self-defense plan. I have a concealed carry permit, but I don't carry. But in this recession, I'm probably going to start carrying. And I have a gun upstairs, and I have one downstairs. I have one in each vehicle. Invest in a pocket knife and expandable baton as well. Well, because I did a security check of my house, like down in the basement. There's an entry door, and I got one of those sticks that you put under the door handle, so that will keep anyone from coming in down there. But probably going to move next year. Probably going to do that. Eric Williams, live in the best area you can afford because it's going to get rough. Working class areas usually have blue collar men who will pew pew. It's going to be rough, man. And I'm just saying, if you're working on, if you're trying to shape some stuff up, I would say cut your chill time, cut your downtime, cut your play time, and work. Because now some people who are knowledgeable have assumed that the recession is going to be fully rolling by next July. So we got less than 12 months. And once it starts rolling, even if you got good credit, they're gonna cram your stuff down, because typically people with good credit don't use their credit cards. So once you start using those credit cards, that's gonna send a signal to the banks. Something's going on, and they're gonna start cutting those limits. Because see, they've got data and they have algorithms and profiles from the last recession, so they don't get burnt as bad this time as they did last time. Economic moats, moving to the richest area possible to protect yourself. Oh yeah. I got that ring myself. I got 2 of them, really. So this sucker be going off. We have deer around here. Sometimes they'll trigger it. Man, when you have a ring, they do your neighborhood, and there's all kinds of stuff jumping off. I remember those sticks under the door handle. There was a time when every home here in New York City had that. I mean, seriously, you got to increase on building your net worths. And one of the best things you can do is pay off debt, so you have a high cash position. Because this person who was trying to prove me wrong, like, you don't need to start no business, man. You don't need to start no business. You could do this with a job. It's like, oh, you make $30,000 a month. I said, no, fool. You so busy trying to prove me wrong, you didn't hear me. I saved $30,000 this month. I make more than that. And I was just sitting there like, you got all these people who want to chill. And this is one of the things I respect about Jews. Jews have indoctrinated their kids like, you can't be chilling. You got to be a boss. You got to make some money, man. You get to be a doctor, an attorney. You need to be something that serves society. They got this drilled into their kids. You can't be a bum. And, everybody want to chill and go to the barbecue. I could not go to a barbecue if my economic house wasn't in order. I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself. And this is one of the things that cracks me up about people who can enjoy themselves when they broke. They don't have their rent money, but going to the club. Hey, turn up, turn up, turn up. Go to the club Saturday night. Stress out Monday morning like, hey, can I get $30 from you? I need to pay my rent. I'm $200 short. But up in the club, that makes no sense. You ain't handling your business. FK, banks cut my credit because of the neighborhood. I was flipping a house and the home line credit said they were terminating my credit line because people in the neighborhood defaulted. Wow, that's rough. Engineering Canvas, 401k and retirements lost $16 billion last month. This is why you got to start a business. You need something that provides cash every month. You need cash. You need cash flow because, money in the bank, should be just a temporary situation. Like my money's going in the bank till I get that number where I can buy that house. But the minute I get that number, because I'm probably going to start going to real estate meetups and stuff next month, start networking because I'm going to need a wholesaler. I'm going to need someone who's a wholesaler that's got a property so we can avoid the real estate fees and stuff, and I can go in with some equity. FK in the 2008 crash. Oh, yeah. I've never seen a bulletproof Camry. That's crazy, man. But people have got to start doing better. Because, you seem to have a lot of people, because I had someone who took the art of holding and they got confused. And I'm going to say this. If you have a holding company, your holding company does not do business with anybody. Your holding company collects income from the operating company. You don't have your holding company signing leases. You don't have your holding company. You have your holding company doing nothing. That's how the game is played. And, I got all these people who have these ideals of doing it their way, like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. Your way ain't going to get you any money, and your way ain't going to protect your holding company. I find that working out and working on your business makes you motivated to do both. I mean, there's going to be a period where many of y'all going to have to go monk mode, where all you're going to be doing is working for a year or two. There ain't going to be no chilling. If someone's getting married, go to the wedding. Someone's having a birthday party that comes around once a year, go to the birthday party. But other than that, you're going to have your head down. You're going to be working. Because this is how you're going to see progress. You're going to have to put your heads down. You're going to have to, because where we're going is, I see this recession being much worse from a generational wealth standpoint than the last one, because we have people who are still upside down, messed up from the last one. Here comes the second one, and they're going to be right back. It's going to be like, oh, Lord, it's getting worse. So you need to work on your net worth. You need to own some stuff, and you need to get out of debt. Getting out of debt is one of the best things you can do for yourself and your family. Like right now, I'm talking about you bought a car in January and that car note's like 750. You need to sell that car and get you get you a point A to point B car. A car like a 95 Honda or something, point A, point B car. I mean, you have to make some draconian cuts to your family budget to get out, because when the recession hits, you're going to be stuck like Chuck with a lot of this stuff. It's going to be hard to move. It's going to be hard to liquidate. It really is. Trav, I'm monking now, 100 plus K hours, overnight security gig, 7 days a week, 64 hours, regular 9 to 5, trying to stack 200 large. I'm going to tell you, man, when you get that 200 large, you're going to thank yourself, because that's a lot of money. To have 200K, no bills, no car payments, no debts, and have 200K cash in a recession. Because one of the things I'm probably going to try to do, and I'm going to run this by y'all, I'm seeing that a lot of builders are renting out brand new houses. And I'm like, whoa. So this builder, let me tell you what happened. This builder has got caught short. He's got to make those payments for that building loan, and he needs some cash flow. So there's this one builder, he's renting out 4 of his homes. And what I'm going to try to do is catch him slipping. So you ask him 500,000, 350 cash right now. Right now. What you going to do, player? Go in with 150K equity. And then when we come out of this recession, the house is going to go up probably another 50K. So it'll be a $600,000 house that I got for 350K. All right, Nicole. I can tell you why they can depreciate the crap out of those in multiple ways. My friend Terry doing that in Dallas. Builder runs out of money and boom, you there. Because see, that's going to be a big thing, because I'm going to look at that, because that's why I'm kind of waiting to see how many builders, because I keep up with the Zillow, and I'm seeing a lot of brand new property for rent. And I'm like, whoa, someone in trouble. Someone got to pay back these building loans. I saw that too, renting new homes over near West Side ATL, Brent C. Yeah, that's another sign that the economy is cooling, because they can't sell these houses fast enough. And it's a stopgap moment to rent this house to get some cash flow so they can pay the bank. And I'm just sitting there like, and if you remember what happened with the last recession, it didn't like tamp down like this. It was like someone turned the spigot off and turned the water off. It was just that sudden. And I'm going to be looking for builders who get caught like that. And here in Dunwoody, also with brand new construction tenants, will live there 2 to 4 years. The leases are wild. Folks love brand new houses, but can't qualify for mortgages. And that's another reason, because I get a brand new place, pay cash for it. My tenant's probably going to sign a 2-year lease or off the riff. That's 24 months of cash coming in. Then there's lease purchase options, because what I could do with that brand new house, what I might do is a lease purchase option to somebody, but they're going to have to come in with a big down payment. You don't need a 10, 15, 20, $30,000 down payment, non-refundable. So you're going to have all kinds of stuff going off. Nicole Smith, my brother is a contractor. Lots of builders are renting new properties, especially in Hampton, Locust Grove area, for rents of $1,700 and up. I'm like, all right. So we've already had people from the West Side, Locust Grove, Hampton. Those are like the bedroom communities of Atlanta. So we got a lot of builders renting brand new properties, which means that these properties are not moving, man. They can't sell them. So they got to rent them to get that cash flow, man. But we ain't in a recession. The economy's not slowing down. The economy's just fine. Bullshit. Certain parts of the economy are already in a recession. Retail. I keep seeing Warren Buffett's real estate sign all throughout the ghetto here in New York. His company's buying low and selling high now. I thought that they would be interested in high-end stuff. We call it the country. That's funny. Eric Williams, if you do not sell or fill a home, that contractor will not qualify for the another line of business credit. So they're being forced. What you think about this? You know they want to sell these houses and get that big check, but they're being forced to rent these properties because they're not moving fast enough. I'm telling you, what's going to happen with this recession to the people who are prepared, some of y'all are going to become millionaires. For the folks who are got their head down working day and night, many of you going to come out this recession a millionaire. If that doesn't get you excited, if that doesn't make you want to miss the barbecue this weekend, if that doesn't make you want to, because I mean, I could just see it. There's so many signs. You know, first we had all this retail stores closing. Then we've got some stuff that's going on with trucking. We got some stuff that's going on with, and once again, leverage. You got these trucking companies, these businesses going out of business because they're too leveraged. The American indoctrination with credit is a fascination because, you know, like Grant Cardone, he talked about 2008. He didn't lose nothing because he wasn't over leveraged. He could have grew some more, but he was scared to do deals. So for the people who are working, who are building their businesses, who are got their head down, because some of y'all gonna become millionaires. And like I said, I was watching a video this morning, and Duke said the recession is probably gonna pop off hard next July or August or September of next year. He said that's when it's coming. And he did not sound like unsure. And this is a guy who's been a part of the money market since the 1960s. 68, he was a stockbroker. So he's been dealing with these things. Let's just say, cough, cough. I know someone, if you build a couple of homes with different LLCs and companies, how you avoid it and keep the loans rolling in. And see, Erica, that's a problem. If they're over leveraged right now and the other shoe has not dropped, when that other shoe drops, like let's say it typically they need to sell a home within 3 months of building it, and now that has pushed out to 6-7 months, and they're forced to rent it during this recession, that's going to get pushed out to a year. And if you're over leveraged, that's going to catch up with you. That's going to catch up with you because you're going to see your credit impacted. Because this is why I want to get my first few properties until I get into the network. Because in Atlanta, there's thriving real estate network, and there's some hard money lenders in here. Because you know, once I demonstrate that I can do my own deals, getting more money will be easy. But I want to do the first 3 or 4 on my own. Connections, thanks for the $5 super chat. I have a family member in their 50s with teenage children struggling. Told them to start a business, a hustle, but they keep shooting that down because they keep hoping it's gonna get better. They gonna keep praying to the Lord, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Make it better for me, please, 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 please. They keep praying. Let's see what's happening. Well, I actually tried to go live earlier. Oh, that's funny. That's wild. That's definitely a glitch. Brent C. South for Standard Real Estate Love being part. Well, it is wild. I don't know how that's going down. But once again, man, congratulations, much love and respect to the people who are hustling, to the people who are making the sacrifices, to the people who are putting money aside, to the people who are grinding for the future, because you are just a few people. You're just a handful of people. Because most folks out here are acting like this thing ain't happening. Trump is just like, blah, 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 blah. There ain't no recession. I'm telling you, these are the times that if you have your stuff in order, you can come out a millionaire. Thanks for the super chat, charlatan. Yeah, the notification thing, it worked well the other day for that video because I had like almost 200 people on, but I don't know. That's funny, Ollie Brooks. I don't know why that YouTube did that. All right, welcome yourself. But once again, you got to be working on increasing your net worth. You need to sit down and think about what you are doing. And one of the things you need to do is go around your house and calculate what everything in there is worth. It's very easy because that's part of your net worth. The average person, and I'm going back to my storage auction days, only has about $6,000 to $10,000 worth of stuff. Now, when you get off into this neighborhood, like I can tell you, I got 40 grand just in video equipment between the cameras, the computers, and lights. I got 40 grand tied up in that. Now that's the depreciating thing because it goes down a little bit each year. Louis the Seller, because your message is just too powerful for one broadcast. That's funny. That is wild. So we will see how that goes. Because most of the people are over here on this one. And I don't know what's going on with the other one. But I mean, these are the times to be investigating how to increase your net worth. And first of all, to know what your net worth is, do the math. If you got student loans, that's a liability and you need to subtract that from your assets. If you have a house with no equity, you need to look at that because like I said, you got about 6 to 7 months to get it in gear before stuff really starts falling apart. Because typically the last recession, they called it in 2008, but my customer base changed in 2007. I used to get mostly Hispanics, Black people. Then I started getting all these white people in 2007 from Craigslist. I was like, good Lord, it's just like, I just saw 15 white people today. So it's going to start rolling really, really hard early 2020. And you need to be out here getting your sales skills. You need to be talking to people. You need to be networking, going to networking events, getting to know many people as possible, have these people know you. This is something that I got to start doing. Double the AdSense. I don't know, man. Nicole, I think it's going to be worse because we got a lot of conditions that are happening now because people keep going like the economy is good, unemployment is low. And it is low, but one of the reasons unemployment is low is people have 2 and 3 and 4 jobs. People are looking for full-time one job and they can't find them. This is wild because I think it's going to be worse. But once again, if you're prepared, if you have money, if you have a plan, this is your chance to get rich. Because like I said, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with some of these builders. And I might be able to roll in there with a large deposit, a large cash down payment, and make the realtor the bank, and then it's just so many things. Because one of the things I do every morning is I watch real estate videos, and I learn so much every day. And I think my pathway is going to be between the new construction builders and the wholesalers, because I get me a good wholesaler that's got a nice house under contract. And also, I don't really want to do my first, have to rehab my first few pieces, but if I need to, I may do it. Honey Bunny, a real estate investor I watched stated, whatever you do in the next 2 years, we either set you up or set you back for the next 10 years. Pretty much. Because see, this is why your net worth is so important, because many people who don't have a net worth right now or a very low net worth, this recession is going to set them back 10 years or in some cases 20 years. Because, typically when you get behind, it usually takes you 2 or 3 months to catch up. On this asset wealth building game, it's going to take decades if you're not doing the right things. Stan the man, I have a lot saved up. I think money will be worthless this recession. Nah, man, money, cash gonna be king, baby. Don't even believe that. Brent C, I've heard several finance guys who said it would be worse than anything anyone alive today has ever seen. And like you say, concealed carry will be a must, because there will be hungry, desperate people out there who will try to stick you for your paper, man. Black Caesars, that's the truth. Millennials who graduated from college with a part-time job waiting on them. Jay Allison, I'm glad I'm catching you in a company truck driver, paying child support and alimony with no credit card loan debt. I'm trying to buy a house, save cash, start an LLC. Awesome. What's up, JR Andre? Thanks for $10 super chat. I have a blue collar job right now, working 6 days a week, making just over $1,000 a week. Been saving and planning on completing those things early between December 2019. All right, good deal, man. Good deal. Make that money, save that money. Yes, I heard we're not just overdue for a recession, but another depression is due as well. Louis DeSella, people are supposed to learn from past experiences. Do you think people have this mindset, I survived the last recession, I'll survive the next one, I'm not doing anything to prepare? Some people, yeah. Some people just in la la land. This is real. This is one of the reasons I have very low debt. Like, one of the things I typically do is PayPal offers me these loans, and I take them because whatever the loan amount for, they take that off of the 1099 they send to the Internal Revenue Service. So it doesn't show my true earnings. I love it. So I always take those. And the next one, that because I'm almost paid this one off, and they've already sent me another one talking about $150,000, which I probably will take and put that in my real estate fund. Automation will change America forever. And this is something else too. As we go into this recession, there are many jobs that will be lost that will never come back. And that's going to be, and this is why I think Yang, the guy that's talking about the universal basic income, he sees this coming. We're going to have a bunch of people, like, this is how America is right now. We have 10% of the population that has low IQ, that we really don't have a job for them. They can be a janitor, a custodian, and work in a dining room, but that's the extent of their mental power. Then we have another 15% who too old. So that's 25% of the country that's in a bad situation. And then we're going to have a bunch of able-bodied people, probably another 15%, who will not be able to find jobs. We got more people than we need in the United States of America. We got more people than we have jobs for in situation, and housing and all these other issues. Honey money, tariffs are going to hurt the average consumer as well, since the dollar ain't stretched far enough. Oh man, tariffs, Trump may actually push us into the recession quicker. Like 9/11, remember the recession, how 9/11 pushed us into the recession? This is what these tariffs are going to do, because the recession was going to happen, but then the 9/11 pushed us into a recession much quicker. This is what's going to happen with these tariffs. I don't think Toys R Us is coming back. Erica Williams, I take them every time. I'm going to take that money because it reduces the amount of money that PayPal tells the Internal Revenue Service what I make. That's the primary reason I take it. And now, like, oh man, 150 plus what I already got saved, that will accelerate my, it will drastically accelerate my timetable. Stan the man, Uncle G, a lot of people went to school for bullshit degree only, healthcare and tech. Yay, true. Every month, QuickBooks throwing money at me, PayPal, and I take it every time. I told folks, get QuickBooks, they're doing loans. I did not know QuickBooks was doing loans. And I was going to use QuickBooks for the real estate stuff. So that's very interesting. Thanks for letting me know. The robots are taking these jobs. McDonald's even has a kiosk. Dorian Nance, I actually saw that the other day, where there's a lady that was at a counter and people can go to these kiosks and order. A lot of my friends went to school and came back with no skills. Woo! That's a hurting feeling. Honey Bunny, QuickBooks has been offering loans for about a year. I have to use it with my CPA, makes me document everything. For a lot of people who don't know, getting a loan reduces what your business owes in a tax position. Because like the first time I took the PayPal loan, and I noticed that they because it was like $150,000 in loans that year. And that's exactly what they took off my 1099. I was like, whoa, this is interesting. And ever since, I just take them. Julius, what are your thoughts on trucking and logistics in the future? There will always be trucking. This automated trucking thing, we got another decade or two before it becomes widespread. There will still be organic butts in these truck seats. Stan the man, what you need to do is study the markets. There's opportunities right now. You need to get out and study what you want to study. There's not one day I don't get an email from PayPal asking me to apply for a loan. Now I might have to rethink that. Hey, man, I'm trying to tell you what's coming. Yeah, because once again, right now, let's just say January, the deals will be on the table. Every single automated truck has killed someone, but you guys don't read the articles. It's 20 years away. I just got the 10,000 deposit for my trucks from last week. I mean, trucking is not going anywhere because everything that we do and need is delivered by truck. That's the only way to get it from the ports to and food. I mean, seriously, if we had a trucking issue where trucks stopped rolling, grocery stores would run out of food within a week or two. So our system is very heavily dependent upon trucks. Yeah, the autonomous driving thing, I mean, we're so far off from that. Just kind of like virtual reality, and everyone's like, virtual reality is going to be over. Yeah, we're so far off from that. FK, coming out of the last crash, real estate seemed like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I saw two 200K houses in a flipper neighborhood go for less than 50,000. Perishables in less than a week, G. I mean, seriously. There was a house where I used to live that was selling for 250,000 in 2011. And I went back in that house now on Zillow. They got it for sale again, 600,000. So whoever bought that house for 250, they made a grip. They made a grip. And I don't think real estate is going to get hit as hard because last time the recession was caused by real estate defaults. So we don't really have that situation, but you're going to find some screaming, killer, crazy over the top deals. And you know what's funny? During this recession, you're going to be able to buy real estate super low, but you're still going to be able to rent it out at market rates. I know someone with 2 condos that were like $65,000 each, and they're $1,200 per month. So after 4 years, those condos became cash cows. And those kind of deals are going to be all on the table where you can get a piece of property for $120, but rent that sucker out for $1,400, $1,500, $1,600. I'll say trucking. Yeah, trucking ain't going nowhere. There will be all kinds of stuff with gig work. Someone's going to come out with this service. I mean, the number of low cost, very cheap labor type services is going to pop up. There's going to be apps. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're going to have some crazy things popping off. The autonomous trucking is so far off. 5G and AI are already here. Autonomous trucking, because first of all, you got to lay down the grid, and that's going to be billions of dollars. You got to lay down the grid for all these trucks, because let's say the truck goes to an area that's not on the grid, truck stops rolling. So you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff that's going to pop off. But essentially, get out of debt, get your credit score high, get your funding sources together, get your cash together, and prepare to start rocking out and looking for deals. Because the thing is, what you should be doing with your money is taking your money, starting a business, or buying some type of income producing asset. That's what you need to be working on, because this recession is going to be another once in a lifetime event. For the people who are prepared, for the people who are deploying their cash appropriately, woo, they're going to come out so clean. It's going to be like someone put them in a washing machine. They're going to come out clean. Haircut's going to be cut. They're going to have their face all done, facial. I mean, it's going to be amazing for the people who are prepared. And so make yourself one of the people prepared and become part of that pew pew life. So with that, I'm going to help you guys. Today is Wednesday. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll talk about it tomorrow's stream, and I will get it all set up, because we're going to work on a project together, because a lot of people need a little hand holding. So we're going to set that up. So for those of you who are ready, go ahead and get H Undergrad, teach you how to start a business. It's $200 a month. Links below the video. Give me 24 hours or less to add you to the queue. So with that, I will see you guys later.